Wake Up with Jim and Saab is exclusively on Spotify.
If you want to start your own podcast, check out anchor.fm. And if you like the podcast, make sure to follow on Spotify.
Also, share your stories
And tag.
and tag us on at Wake Up with Jim and Saab on Instagram and at ano ba?
Di ko alam.
Anyway, ito na yung show.
Welcome to Wake Up with Jim and Sab podcast. We're Jim and Sab, and this is the podcast where we talk about
News.
what
Ay.
the fact is going on. Jim, kaka-brief ko lang sa'yo. You had one line. What the... Talagang what the fuck? What the fuck is going on? Today, we will be talking about all the latest trending news. And there is a lot. So, you know what? Let's go. First headline.
FYI, sorry, before we start.
Breaking my research. Okay, go.
Before we start, I just want to say that I have been off Twitter once again.
I know. So this is a good update for you.
So this is, ito yung payo ko sa inyo. Payo?
Payo? What's
Guys,
payo?
ito yung payo ko sa'yo.
Huwag na kayo mag-Twitter, makinig na lang kayo Wake Up with Jim and Sam.
Yeah!
Yan!
By the way, we sounded like a college radio DJ.
Okay naman! Okay. Ito na. First headline natin. Senate Blue Ribbon Committee. Okay.
It's back, okay?
The Senate Blue Ribbon Committee recommends filing of criminal charges against Health Secretary Francisco Duque for plunder and graft and corruption in connection with the alleged misuse of pandemic response funds. Yes.
So, the last I heard, actually, if you listen to our episode with Senator Risa Ontiveros, nung time na yun, I think that was December, it was the height of the Dargani case, di ba? And I was trying to explain it actually to my cousin who lives in the States. So, if I'm gonna try to recap, okay? And for him, again, who's a US citizen, he couldn't believe what was going on.
Yeah.
So, basically, I told him, okay, nagka-pandemic, okay? Nagka-relief funds yung government. The government, instead of awarded it to one of Duterte's allies, ano pangalan ng Chinese
Michael
guy?
Yang.
Michael Yang, a Chinese gangster or whatever, like he's a fugitive. And what these people did with all that money that could have gone to pandemic relief funds and all these things.
Actual relief funds.
Things that could have helped people. Went to the Darganis and this group of people, yung formally, a fake corporation. So, tinanong ng cousin ko sa niya, how did they get accredited? How did they, I don't know. Like, when they checked their address nga, di ba, the how, yung,
one of the,
kung saan nila iso-store yung billions worth of medical grade equipment, wala.
It's a parking lot, right?
Or something. It's like an empty
lot.
Or whatever. So, yun yung huli.
Yeah.
And now, parang tumahimik daw yung Blue Ribbon Committee.
Well, tumahimik lang because we haven't been watching it. But I think it's still been ongoing.
Wala na. With the Darganis.
Wala na ba?
Nakasubscribe ako sa TV Patrol YouTube.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I made some quick pointers of bakit niya deserve. Bakit deserve ni Duque. I love that term, by the way. Deserve.
Deserve talaga si Dukes.
Si Duque. So, ito lang, just a quick backgrounder for, like your cousin who is a US citizen and doesn't really know what's going on here. So, si Duque kasi, he deserves it because he misused our crisis response. How do I keep saying response? Response funds.
Yes.
So he moved 40 billion from his agency to the PSDBM, yun yung Department of Budget and Management's procurement service, para mag-hasten ng purchase of medical supplies. So minove niya from DOH dun sa procurement para bumilis yung pagbili.
Okay.
Even after nung transfer, nung malaking funds na yon, yung binili pa nila is yung supplies nila very low priced na parang kumbaga hindi at par with what we could have bought. Like better medical grade stuff. Yun. So for his in his defense, he's saying na he's ready to fully cooperate because he has quote unquote nothing to hide.
Well, kasi I think ginamit niya lahat ng perang yun pambili ng paputok eh.
Bakit?
Wala, I'm sure Duque in his parang punta na tayo sa Forbes. Tapos siguro bumili siya naman namin paputok. Anak, tara na, paputok tayo.
Not to mention all the Lexus cars.
I'm sure like parang, tara anak, paputok tayo sa loob ng Lexus.
Labo. Well, it might be interesting to you na the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee is also saying that charges must be considered against Duterte after his term. They said, after all, he was the one who appointed all the people who approved these transactions and aggressively protected and defended them when they were caught in this horrible crime against our people.
I wonder though, ako, this is something I'm curious about, and I wish we were able to ask Attorney Chell when we had him on the pod. I guess that's just really politics, no? Kasi, di ba, for a time, we were like, Dick Gordon, what a traitor.
Mm-hmm.
Di ba, parang, we always thought na he was like, upright, pero there was a time na he was like, go Duterte. Di ba?
Yeah, and he was just letting all of these things happen.
Pero bakit ngayon, wala, it's politics, no? Siguro they sense it, that the admin's term
Di ko
is
nga, siguro nga, kasi patapos na yung term.
patapos na yung term, and okay, pwede na I can really speak my mind na.
We can go
Kasi,
after
diba,
the, na.
yun nga, like, sabi na, I know some people some politicians, like batchmates, people who were humans before they became evil politicians. And some of these people, they made such controversial decisions. Very
Choices.
public choices that were like, what the hell? Like this guy who I used to drink beer with and, like such a cool guy is saying yes to the death penalty. So, I think ganun lang talaga. May laro.
May laro na if you say yes to some things, then you will be...
May bibigay sa'yo.
Parang lagaan yung mga bills na you really are passionate about.
Yeah, which
If
is why
not,
politics suck.
Yeah, it's like well, it's a game, I guess.
Okay.
Nakakatawa kasi some people, after this Duterte thing, yung mga nagtitweet, nakalagay parang wheelchair era, the spark emoji. Kasi nga parang, eto na, after ng term, bigla na lang magkaka-neck brace, magkakaroon ng something.
If you're too young to know the reference, that's ex-President GMA.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if you're too young to know the reference, that's on you.
If you're too young, ay mali. Now you know.
No. If you don't know, now you know.
Nugget.
I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. I just smarted. All right. Anyway, moving on. Next headline. Jim, what do you know about this whole Rowena Guanzon thing?
Well, I was so intrigued the first time I heard na, okay, I'll try to do it.
Yeah, sige. I was the one who broke the news to you, right?
No, so there's this part of the, diba, everyone's trying to disqualify, what can we call him?
Marcos Jr.
Okay, si Marcos Jr. MJ.
No, that makes it cool.
Okay, si Marcos Jr. Everyone's been trying to disqualify him, and then the COMELEC, everyone's been waiting for the COMELEC. Sana yung decision nyo. And then this one committee head? Commissioner. Si Guanzon, she started speaking out. Na, ang tagal ko nang binigay yung vote ko. I said na Marcos Jr. cannot run, but they're just waiting for me to resign? Retire. Which is today. Feb 2. And because, so yun yung huling alam ko.
Yes. So,
and alam ko nag-sprack.
Midge, talagang the gloves are off.
Ano ba ang sprack? Sorry, quick.
I you know what? I don't know the actual meaning of it. But for me, it's like parang super saiyan.
Sprack.
Parang I don't want to use the word crazy, but like all out.
What the sprack?
What the sprack? What the sprack si Guanzon.
Okay,
May mga may mga whoa. I mean, I don't. Okay, here. I'm not for violence or whatever. But I do kind of understand it. Pero medyo, medyo okay. I love the ferocity, but I'm also hoping na hindi umover because baka ano bang tawag doon? Ano yung credibility niya? Ma-question yung credibility niya. Because yung mga sinasabi niya is like, parang, Brad, paghulpin nyo na tong Brad natin. Because she is in the same fraternity, sorority
Oh no.
group with this guy.
Okay.
May mga ganon. Tapos may mga challenge ko, makipagsuntukan. Mga ganon yung mga tweets niya. But you know, if you think about it, it's like, well,
I'd rather have that.
#deserve.
No, I'd rather have that.
I mean, if I were to choose, yes. In a perfect world, though, I wouldn't
want our public servants to
be
talking
about-
sprack.
yes. Pero you know, maybe she is fed up because of all the bullshit. Because nga, so ang nangyari is, ito yung tweet nga niya na it's her duty as presiding commissioner that this disqualification case is resolved within 15 days as specified in their rules. Ngayon, umover na kasi sa ilang days tong si Ferolino, yun yung kaaway niya, yung isa sa mga commissioners, who, by the way, has been releasing multiple statements na ang hahaba, defending her honor. Kaya nakakatuwa kasi nag-tweet si Rowena Gonzon ng madaming satsat, wala pa ring sinulat. Kasi parang...
Wait, I'm kind of lost. There's too much. Nawala
sorry.
na ako sa details.
No, so si Ferolino is the other commissioner who was supposed to...
Is he a good guy or a bad guy?
girl.
Okay, a good girl, bad girl.
Let's just call her a bad guy because she's not following. She's the one who's delaying it.
Delay. Oh, bad.
Bad.
Good.
But she's saying that the delay is made up by Guanzon. Parang there is no delay.
Okay.
And Guanzon is saying, you are delaying it and you keep putting out these statements but you're still not writing the thing that's needed for this case to be brought forward to the Supreme Court.
Okay.
Yun yung trending nga niya, yung madaming satsat, wala pa ring sinulat. It's pretty fun. So, I mean, that kind of sprack, I like.
Nice.
Ito yung hassle though. Just a few hours ago, headline is, ang daming mga nagpapadala sa kanya ng food, bogus buyers, mga different food delivery services, faking na it's for her. So,
Kay
hindi
Guanzon?
binabayaran.
Kay Guanzon?
Yeah,
Grabe, why do
name
they
siya.
keep doing that?
It's so mean, no? Kasi, kawa yung riders and the restaurants.
Yung mga, ano yan, no? Mga BBM heads.
I don't know.
I'm sure.
But I don't know. Yun nga, ito. So she claims na there's a senator who is, yun ang gugulo. Kaya, nagde-delay yung case.
Okay. Who do we think that is?
Well, ang mga sinabi niya ni Guanzon na hindi daw si Amy Marcos.
Imposible. Okay.
Hindi si Soto because kay Soto daw niya sinabi kung sino.
Okay.
It's a he because she says nagsumbong na daw siya sa asawa, sa wife nung senator. So magwa-war daw sila sa bahay.
Okay.
So,
whoa.
yeah.
So this guy might be...
It's a guy senator. That's what we know. Maybe we should have we should have a separate podcast about this because this is very important. It's the COMELEC. And it's very, very, very scary. Kasi nga, ang sinasabi nitong si Guanzon is, you're waiting for me to retire, and then in a few days, the other commissioner, correct me if I'm wrong, I think there are 3 that na magvo-vote. So si Guanzon voted yes to the disqualification, right? And then the other one, can't remember the name, is going to move na. So pareho silang manatanggal na. So if i-delay ng i-delay, hindi makakount yung votes nila.
Kala ko 3 lang sila.
Yun nga, hindi makakount yung dalawa.
Okay.
Kaya nga, ang suspicion is, ang theory is that both 2 out of 3 are for the disqualification of Marcos Jr. And dine-delay because nga, ayaw makount yung votes na yun.
Okay.
So, I think we should have a separate...
Yeah, pero I'm just wondering, kasi if let's say, kunwari, that's Amy Marcos, kunwari lang, hindi niya sinabi na he or whatever.
She confirmed that it's not Amy Marcos.
I know. Pero if it doesn't make sense na it's someone who is a bad guy. Because if it's a bad guy, then why would the wife... Gets mo?
Mm.
Kasi if it's a bad guy, then I'm sure that the wife naman would be like, go bad guy.
Mm.
Gets mo?
Yeah, hindi ko nga, kaya nga there needs to be
Sino ba?
more,
Sino ba yung,
kailangan natin ng detective work.
sino ba yung mga senator?
Let's Google that. Di ko na alam. Baka alam mo, we should have a separate episode. I swear, this is very interesting. Okay. Next headline. Game, ready ka na mag-next?
Yeah.
Okay. The next headline is about ito ngang obvious panggulo is the Marcos Jr. assassination plot over TikTok. Have you heard of this?
Over TikTok? No.
So, I'm going to read it out. Charito Zamora, officer in charge of the Justice Department's Office of Cybercrime, said that she only received a text report on the matter so far. Zamora said that the allegations involve a comment posted to a video by TikTok account Joel Deviv 420. That's the name of the account. The comment reads, nagmi-meeting kami araw-araw para paghanda ang ipa-assassinate namin si BBM. Humanda kayo. So there's a comment on that TikTok video. And now, nagkaroon ng whole thing itong si Marcos camp.
Okay.
Na may assassination attempt over Marcos.
Okay.
And this was very conveniently the day after, like hours after the Guanzon thing was
Okay.
brought to light.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on that?
Not surprised
Yeah.
that they're faking. I mean, it's very small compared to what they've
Yeah.
done and what they usually do.
Yeah. I mean, really making a big deal out of it. I mean, it's not something to take lightly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure like si VP Lenny, if you look at her comment section or her DMs, I'm sure every day that's filled with a
Yeah.
bunch of, people in India sending her
Yeah, I think
death threats.
I think becoming the president of a country will involve a lot of death
so
threats.
if it means na we stop the world because someone's, hello, yung baby, si baby, si baby, si baby, may
Oh,
comment
si
sa TikTok,
baby.
si baby.
Si baby, oh, sa TikTok, may
Ikaw,
comment.
si baby.
Baby, yun ko dito,
Ikaw,
baby.
si baby. Next.
Meron tayong commercial.
Mm.
Meron akong blind item na nabasa.
Mm.
So,
Can you please speak into the mic?
meron akong blind item
Oh.
na nabasa. Okay? So, I'm going to bleep the names. Okay? This very reputable source, ha?
Mm.
Named Reddit.
Mm.
A good friend of my cousin works at Okada, the hotel.
Okay.
The Blank sisters surprisingly went
Gonzaga.
to surprise Blank
Po.
and to catch his mistress, who also works there. And yes, girl, aware siya. The wife is aware of her husband's cheating.
Okay.
The guy asked for the staff's help to hide the mistress for the sisters not to see. They had a meeting with some higher-ups and told not to disclose what had happened, yet it was spilled to us. Lol. Okay. Time's up for that blind item. On to our next headline.
Well, yung nakakatawa dun, I just guessed that. Tama, no? I'm sure it's talking about the Gonzaga sisters. Who else?
Well, it's not an actual blind item. I just bleeped some names.
Yeah. Well, yung nakakatawa dun sa ganyan.
This was 1 year ago, by the way.
Pero diba like super hardcore, Christian yung mga yan?
Yes.
Like talagang parang lulunurin kita in baptismal water, tang ina mo. Parang ganun, di ba? I mean, ganun yung vibes nila. Like,
I think so.
di ba? Parang papatayin kita.
Papatayin kita dahil sobrang mahal kita.
Oh, parang ganun.
Ganon. Anyway, I stand by it. It's a blind item. I will neither confirm nor deny these allegations made by Jim. But moving on to our next headline, our motherfucker stay-at-home of the week
Oh,
is
nice.
Direct Paul Soriano. That's on a totally separate note.
We're making
okay?
this new thing pala. The motherfucker stay at home of the week.
So, super trending is Direct Paul Soriano. Should I call him Direct?
You should
I'm
not.
so sorry.
I mean,
Director. I was gonna say
you're putting Paul Soriano in the same category as
Tonetta doon eh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Direct Tonet. I am so
Or
sorry.
like,
Let's move it. Let's move on. Okay, Paul Soriano, who is best known for his work as husband of Tony Gonzaga.
And known for his work as, ano ba? Cheddar cheese TV commercial featuring
I don't
Judy
know.
Ann or
May ganun
whatever.
ba?
I'm sure. Like,
Do not drop the name Judy Ann beside.
no. I mean, like, he's a TV commercial director, diba?
Okay. Ay, hindi ko alam.
I know, because she's in every commercial.
Okay. Anyway, I really don't know. So, if you are not on Twitter nga, like Jim, just a quick backstory, he's the one who directed the Marcos Jr. Sara Duterte commercial.
Yeah.
Okay? Nag-post siya ng maraming photos from their shoot, mistakenly posting a photo of the clapper, the thing that you clap at the end of a shoot, like action, ganon. Tapos may date doon, nakalagay January 8. Everyone knows that January 7, yung hearing where Marcos Jr. was absent and there was an AGL Wellness Center medical certificate presented.
Yeah.
Which said na January 6 nag-start yung symptoms niya. Now, Paul Soriano is saying that the January 8 thing is from their Davao shoot because they shot from all over the world, all over the country.
Okay.
It's very strange na he has been tweeting updates to back that up na parang it was a Davao shoot. Yung Jan 8, Davao shoot yan, Davao shoot. But there's not, parang just say when the Marcos shoot happened. Why? Why all the secrecy? We'd all shut up if you give us the date, but they're not dropping it because I guess either way, they're caught in a lie. Diba? Kasi either Marcos Jr. really did not have any symptoms at all or they broke the law.
Yeah.
It's within quarantine eh.
Yeah.
Diba? So, the timeline of this is, kung Jan 8, ito Jim stay with me. Jan
You
8
lost me
yung,
already.
Jan 8 yung Davao shoot. So, nalaman na ng buong Pilipinas na Jan 7, yung medical certificate, diba? So, alam niyong positive si Marcos Jr. Kung na-shoot mo siya before Jan 8, you break the law. Because dapat lahat kayo nag-quarantine, lahat kayo close contacts eh. Gets mo? Ba't kayo tumuloy? So that means, after Jan 8 kayo nag-shoot. But if you count yung 14-day quarantine,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tapos Jan 15, nagpunta siyang binyag sa Cebu. And ito yung thing, yung Davao photos, plus yung photos niya with Marcos Jr. and Sara Duterte, pareho yung suot niya. So it's either, it was shot on the same date, on the same day, or nagpapaka-Steve Jobs siya and pareho yung outfit niya every day. Which I think is his thing. He wants it to be his thing, but it's not happening.
Parang I think his quote-unquote Steve Jobs, his version of a turtleneck every day, diba it's like some dragon shirt?
No, it's a black shirt and a black cap.
Parang may dragon eh.
Parang wala.
Eh, oo.
Ano ka ba?
May dragon na nakasulat parang 1975.
That's such a funny Steve Jobs thing to do.
No, I'm serious. Like, I think tas yung cap niya nakasulat parang no fear. I'm not kidding.
No Farah.
No fair.
Ugh. Okay. Alright. Ang last nating topic.
I think you should mention, diba? So, just to add. So, si husband, Paul Soriano, he also tweeted or said na parang, I'm ready to be canceled by the minority.
Yeah, that's the latest trending thing now. Na may photos of him have been tweeted with a caption, I'm not afraid to be canceled by minority. But he cleared that up and said that he never said that. That's what he said.
So, yun nga, actually, before we end with the last headline, I just want to ask, bakit nga ba siya, why does all the headlines have direct Paul Soriano? He really is a director, but I'm not kidding.
I guess because he directed the Marcos Sara
Remember I told
commercial.
you he was the one in the yung audition ko?
Oo nga, grabe
Siya
yung...
at si Tony.
Grabe yung ano mo.
Tapos sobrang hindi nila nag-get siguro yung na I was making a joke. Kasi nga, siguro nga, yun nga, 1975. Tapos parang I think
Dragon Journey.
he has a tattoo sa neck niya eh. Parang Laney is life. Parang ganun. Parang ganun eh.
Mm.
Parang Laney is life.
Mm. Anyway, next headline is Pastor Quiboloy endorses Marcos Jr.
I
Sara
saw that
Duterte.
one.
I haven't seen this.
Can I say what happened?
Sure.
So this Kiboloy so he was caught in the States for
Yes.
molesting children.
Human trafficking and other
Tapos
charges.
siya yung spiritual advisor ng presidente natin.
Yes.
He's now back in the country, enjoying his life, and there's a picture of him blessing over Sara Duterte and their goons, sila Roque,
Ew.
and all these people.
Gosh.
Grabe talaga. Weird. Well, I really don't get it. I think nakakatawa kasi I just finished watching Narcos. Mexico, the last season. And ganun talaga. Ganun talaga. It's all most of these people, you know, they're gangsters. And you know,
How did he get back here? Isn't he wanted?
Hindi, siguro may ano yun? Anong tawag doon? Yung...
Pardon?
Hindi. Parang papadala dito. I forget
Ganon?
the term. Extradite? I don't know.
Expedite? Ano to? Passport?
Anyway, that's it. That's our what's up. Yun ba yung pang...
Hey, I wanna end with I
nga
wanna end on a
pala,
good
we
note.
have to end
Okay.
with good news. Okay.
The good news is that the Philippine women's national football team has won against Taipei in the quarterfinals match last Monday, qualifying for the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup. Damn.
Whoa!
Yeah. That is big news. And, you know...
Tapos nakakatawa yung mga may billboard, yung mga young husband. Di ba?
Yeah.
Na parang wala naman napanalunan yung mga yun.
Meron
diba?
naman siguro.
Parang wala.
I don't remember. I think naman meron naman. Meron din namang dinalang prestige yung Azgals.
Yung young husband?
Hindi ko alam.
I think like, nakabili sila ng shares sa Valkyrie.
Gago.
Mga ganun.
Ano ka ba? Meron na naman. Pero siguro yung question nga dito is yung lack of support for
Exactly. So
sports like this. And not just the sport, but the women's division. And as we have seen within the past few years,
talo na ng lalaki.
the winners have always been, have largely been women. And that's why I believe Filipinas should lead.
Yeah.
Babae, abante.
Definitely. Talagang, my God. I just imagine
But not the ones who are being prayed over by a rapist.
Yeah. Yes. And not Michelle Gumabaw.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.